Hello, hello. If you're out there, give us a thumbs up, a wave, and let me know you're there. Um, we have Kylie Koo with us today.
Hello.
And I'm so excited because we're going to do another Sacred Scraps. So if you're watching on replay, I really hope that you um, take this time with us to center yourself. You can write down this information and do it on your own. That would be really wise, I think. And yeah, so um, please join us. And if it's just the two of us, that's all right. We will keep going. Because I know people will be back. There's so much going on in the world right now, and I do want to take a moment to acknowledge that. I know that things are hard out there, and I know that we're watching our democracy break. And I hope that whatever you do this weekend, do it with love, do it peacefully. If you're going to march, I recommend wearing red, white, and blue for optics. And that is what every organizer is kind of mentioning and recommending, because the optics there, it's on video where because they're not discriminating at all right now. And if it is on video and people have their phones out, everybody does, that someone is, hi, hello, ladies, Anna Makes and Art Junkie Shannon, hi. So I'm talking about staying safe this weekend, whatever you do. We have No King's Day on Saturday. And if you are in the U.S., people outside the U.S. are also protesting. So that is heartwarming. Please also remember to get proper news, because it's being seriously filtered right now. Seriously filtered. You're not seeing the whole story, or you're seeing the same videos from 2016, and they're showing the same clip over and over and over again, and that's when these are old clips, or it's the only one incident and has nothing to do with what's going on. So use your discernment. Go to Midas Touch on if you're not getting proper news, go to YouTube, go to Midas Touch. They're the ones to watch. They will give the real news, and they're a 24-hour news channel on YouTube. You can also go to Aaron Parnas. I think he has a website. He's really good. And boy, the administration even tried to arrest him because he's doing his job. So, because he's so good. So, anyway, I don't want to make that about this, but, go out, be safe. If someone is enacting violence around you, and you're in a protest, you sit down, have everyone sit down and point at that person. That's what they did in the 60s. That is how, when they were protesting the Vietnam War, and when that's how you point out that this person is not with you. This person does not align with you. And that way they don't start spraying into the crowd. If they do, though, and you're wearing red, white, and blue, imagine how that looks on video. That's why they're suggesting that. So I know we don't really like the flag right now, and it doesn't feel good when we look at it. I know that's me. Just wear red, white, and blue. It doesn't have to be a flag.
I think you need to remember that the flag is not the person who is doing wrong. Yeah,
they have commandeered it. However. They fly it on their trucks. They paint it on their barns. And we know that screams, hey, I'm a supporter of this man, and yeah. Oh, you're both in Canada. Oh, that is safe. Hey, I saw the Canadian Prime Minister. I saw him, and it made me realize, our news is getting out, the real news, because he did a whole thing. Did you guys see that? About how we shouldn't be allowing Trump into the G6. And he listed all the things that were happening and talked about California, about how they're turning soldiers on Americans and how, or, ICE and police on Americans. So there's just, yeah, safe as long as you don't cross the border. Yeah. We would love to go to Canada, flee to Canada. Sure. We would love that. We're near a border. So we're near, we're in Washington, so we aren't that far away from on the west coast of Canada. So like Victoria, and I've never been there. Anyway, so that's my spiel. I want to, and I hope that you will take away from this art moment with friends, community, love, healing, and write down the mantra and maybe remember or write down little notes from the meditation, because that can really, really help you. It feels silly at first, but the longer you do it, the better it feels and the more grounded it helps you to become. So just throwing that out there for anybody that feels like they need that right now. Oh, yeah. I'm welcome. I would love to. Yeah, I would love to come. Shannon, our state is beautiful. Like, Victoria, it's the same, same climate. You're a little colder there, tiny bit, it's a little more north, but yeah. Yeah. So, be discerning, get the real news. Don't believe everything you hear. There's a lot of AI stuff going on too. So just.
And there certainly is. Yeah. The AI stuff is scary. Some of it. AI can be helpful. I'm not saying it's not helpful, but there's a lot of stuff being generated via AI.
In the wrong hands. Yeah.
In the wrong hands. And
yeah. I mean, AI can help whoever is using it. And if they are a bad guy, it can be bad, or it can create lots of, and all we need is one person planted in a crowd to start throwing things across the line to incite violence. And that's happened already, where it was a planted person. And any violence that you saw over the weekend, they think they were plants, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were just released from jail right away. I would not be surprised. So anyway,
tomorrow, just to say, tomorrow, Saturday, when the big do is going on, the big thing with big guns, all of that. I am going to art. I'm going to write down your prompts from today, and tomorrow I'm going to sit in unity with you and all others in the US and around the world, and just sit and be mindful and know what's right and be at one with you, Sharon.
I think that is so beautiful, Kylie. Everything you just said, I think that's beautiful. Anna says, my husband was in LA this week for work and he was fine. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Because it's just pockets of, we have videos of police officers damaging their own cars. They're all huddled around their cars and they're beating it with batons. I mean, even the police, which I don't understand why they're not being able to control their own police. I'm not sure. I saw a video of a girl that she was trying to get to her apartment, and she was trying to talk with them about getting into her apartment. And there was a gun happy person. I don't know who he worked for exactly. There was a gun happy person pointing at all the cars that went by, and he pointed it at her and shot her point blank. She wasn't doing anything. She was just trying to get home. And then he chased her, and it's all on camera. So yeah. So it is a bunch of crap. It's a bunch of crap. And yeah. I just love you guys, and thank you for the support and the support from friends all over the world. That's I couldn't I could never have imagined that we would be here now, and I also couldn't have imagined that I would have friends all over the world that I could share this moment with. So you know, that makes it sound like a happy thing. I'm sharing this moment, but you know, yeah, thank you.
Yes, Shannon, always, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so I got new cards. You guys see that? Got some new cards. I also have something I need to share because I finished the project for my husband, and that'll be next. Before we begin, let's, for our best and highest good, look at these new cards, and we will pick one. We're only going to pick one. They're wordy, so let's get these out.
Hi, Eddie. Great to have you here.
Oh, Eddie, hey! I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Okay, so these don't really need shuffled because we've not used them, but you know, maybe one of them wants to, like that one, didn't want to go in. I don't know why they have kangaroos all over them. I'm not really sure about that part, but okay. These are the Inner Sunshine cards right here, and we're going to pull one of them here and look at the artwork here, you guys. Do you see that? It looks like alcohol ink almost. Oh, we're happy you're here. Yes, thank you, Eddie. Okay, and this says, firmly believe. I believe in myself, in life, in the goodness of spirit. Therefore, I have the ability to fulfill my dreams. The will of the Almighty supports me, or spirit. My life is bathed in divine light, and my heart is open to the universe. That's beautiful. You guys want a screenshot? And because you know what? I have a whole weekend ocean pictures that I still haven't posted. I haven't been posting photos like I should, and I'm sorry. I said that last week too. Pretty crappy. I know. I'm just overwhelmed with everything that's happening, and it's like I'm getting lost. I've been taking naps, which is really weird for me. Like I just get to a point where I'm just so exhausted from everything that's happening, I think. And paying attention to what's going on, you know, has been, normally I would not. I was putting my phone down earlier before, but now with everything that's happening, I think I need to know what's going on because I am on the West Coast. On the Blue Coast, and we are in danger here. It is happening in our state as well. So that's our card. Let's see. Got the picture. I got the candle. I'm going to leave the candle going for us today because I feel like if I'm not starting a fire, at least, if I feel like it's not safe anymore, I'll put it out. But if I get too much stuff on my desk, I guess. So I want to show you this project here before we do our meditation. I shouldn't have pulled our cloth away, but I guess this is how it came out.
Wow.
I still am not completely 100% on this part right here. I mean, I love this part. I feel like it's too flat. I did add a lot of visual texture with splatters. Added the stars. Got one of the birds. Got our textured piece there, and it's also got rust on the outside, but I did not add sand to the outside. The bottom I really like. It's got, this is a lock that the guy dug out of the yard. The guy with the metal detector. I put like this little wind up thing on here and this, and I'm not exactly happy with the inside of it. But what I did here was I cut a hole out, and I'll just take this out and show you.
So Anne says, you know, I can't throw anything out now because of our inspiration.
I'm so sorry.
I don't think you need to apologize. It's a good thing, not a bad thing.
So, so this is, I just cut a hole out for that little piece. I didn't cut it off, so it just sits on there. And then I put a wire through the back, you know, to keep it in place. And the inside, I feel like it needs some more pearls, but it's got one of the things from our wedding. I've got little pearls here. I put little pearls around it, or perfect pearls, which is really thick. So I ended up having to spread it out, but I might add a few more. I might add some more drops there or some more of these. It's the magnet. There's a magnet here, right here. It doesn't really matter because it's hanging, you know, and it's heavy. So I don't know. Anyway, so that goes in there. This keeps bending. And it's not very heavy, which was the goal, you know. Also, it's, how I did that. It's I'll be able to write on the back. I'm not one to give cards. He will take 2 hours to find the perfect card for me, which means that in his family, they are card people. Me, I worry more about the gift basket and the little tag that goes on it. That's just how I am. And, you know, I always looked at cards like, what am I going to do with this now? It's special and I don't want to get rid of it. But I do know how to what to do with those now, actually. And he always gives me such beautiful cards that say the words that he has a hard time saying, you know, which is, he's not a man of words at all. I use all the words, apparently. He's just very quiet. So anyway, and I love the paper on the back of this. I just couldn't be happier with that. I mean, look at that. It's beautiful. I should copy the back, put it on my photocopier, the back of this book, so I can, you know, get that paper. I think it's so beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to set this aside. It also goes with a couple other little things. I've got him a sign that said, I hope he can't hear me. I also had ordered this for him a long time ago. And it's so perfect for him. Let's see if I can get it out here. It's so perfect. So this is his other part of it.
Wow.
And easily distracted by aircraft. And that's him. He's been doing this since he was a kid. And he would run and spend all of his money that he could gather, all the change, and go to the hobby shop and buy a plane, and he would crash it. And he did that a few times until the guy at the hobby shop, which was far away from his house. And back then we could ride our bikes for miles, you know, and our parents didn't care or know or pay attention, you know. And he was probably alone because he was an only child and, you know, his mom was probably at work. But he would go down and, you know, the guy finally said, "Do you need help? Because I know why you're crashing these." And so the guy helped him. So, hey, Julie, you're going to have to go back and see, go back and see the beginning, because it was very important words, I think, and statement. And we had a new deck and a new card, which was really beautiful. So, yeah.
Oh, Julie says she struggled at work yesterday and she needed to have a bit of a lie-in today. So you take care, Julie, and yeah, give yourself some grace. And,
yeah. My husband, I just had to help him out of the car. He came home injured. He woke up and his back was weird. And yeah, so anyway.
Sharon, was that oh gosh, I can't think of the word. Was the thing metal that you got your husband?
Yes, it was a tin sign.
Yeah, it looked great. I love it. Yeah.
I think, you know, obviously it was styled on a different decade than when we were kids.
Yeah, no,
but
cool.
It was just, it's perfect for him. So let's see. Where is, oh, here it is. I don't know why I got that out. I had already. So I want you to know I did not prepare at all today. I was telling Kylie about this because the prompt kind of guides me not to. So here's our mantra for today. The very first thing we need to do, though, I want you to put your feet flat on the floor. I want you to drop your shoulders. Take a big deep breath first and blow it out.
Oh, sorry, that was me blowing.
And let go of all the stuff that's going on out there, because we only need to worry about what's in front of us right now. That's it. And our mantra for today is, I trust the unseen threads that guide my hands and my heart. And if you want to write that down, definitely. And it's, I trust the unseen threads that guide my hands and my heart. And here's our meditation. And I recommend that you go back and, kind of do it again and take a little more time to do it. But this is our mini meditation. We're going to close our eyes and feel the quiet presence of creative ancestors, guides, and your own intuition. Breathe in the trust and breathe out the need to know the outcome. So stop for a moment, closing my eyes, thinking about the presence of creative ancestors and the guides around me. And I'm breathing in trust. And blowing out the need to know the outcome. And that goes with everything. Sometimes we have to trust the universe to guide us and follow our joy and our heart and our intuition. And that's what we'll be doing today. One more breath. Okay, so our creative prompt today that goes with our mantra, I trust the unseen threads that guide my hands and my heart. And the prompt is to create a piece using only items you didn't plan to use. Random scraps from your desk, forgotten treasures, or found objects that have been waiting. Title it Guided by the Invisible. Let the process lead you instead of planning it. That's why I didn't plan ahead today. That's why. Oh, Mo is here. Hello, Mo. I don't see you in chat, but...
No, I didn't see Mo in chat either.
Julie, are we missing something? I know Mo has been coming, but she's usually an hour late because I think she has something else that's going on at this time. Probably dinner. Okay, so what I want to do first with this, I'm going to write down a couple things. I'm going to take just a couple little notes for myself here. And I'm going to write down the things that I'm kind of seeing with this, that the prompts I'm seeing in all of this. And because these are to be interpreted any way that you see them. So first of all, the mantra. This pen is terrible. I'm not using this pen. They're scratchy. I know they're colored and they're pretty, but they're scratchy. How about a pencil? The mantra. I trust the unseen threads that guide my hands and my heart. Now, this is what I'm getting out of this, and I think I'm gonna use some thread in this. I think I'm feeling like I've had this on my desk for a while. Maybe I need to use some of this. It's terrible to put on a needle, by the way. It just doesn't even like to go through fabric. I don't know who would make this. I'm not sure. Let's see. And we're going to use items from the desk. And I'm also going to write guided, because it said to title it Guided by the Invisible. Didn't give myself enough room there. So I'm going to use things from my desk. I was kind of thinking I might use this today. It's like a watercolor book, but I mean, it's more like it's just cotton paper. But I think this is a great thing that I can dedicate to sacred scraps. And I won't always be using it, but I think it would be a good idea to put some of the things in here. So, yeah. And I actually could have written these things on like the back side of the page before it, so that this goes together. I think that would be probably good, like guided by the invisible and trusting the unseen, something like that. But I'll do that later. I just want to have this next to me so I can put this away, and I know that I'm just going to use things from my desk. Okay, so let's go. All right, so I've got a couple little bins here that I haven't been in a long time. I've got this that was like left over from a project, and I've got another little one here. I've just got all these. This is more like words and weird little things. Ooh, maybe this goes on the cover of my book.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's a good idea. I think that's great for the cover. I'll work on that separately. Okay. So, and unseen. I think there's, oh my gosh, she's in this bin. That is unseen. She doesn't have an eye. Because remember, I used that eye on something else. This is just left over from the current book, the tab book, which I only have one page left to decorate, or two. Isn't that crazy? And when I'm done, I will share. I'll do a flip through. I think this is a great
guided by the invisible, and her eye isn't there, and yet still we see.
Yes, and maybe some words underneath here, like my little word stamp or something. I don't know. I haven't decided that yet. It's got to have something impactful, I think, underneath. I think words are a great idea. It could be maybe even just a book page. Or I've got some scrapbook paper that has words on it here. I'll pull out another piece. Maybe I do need to strengthen this paper anyway. So it wouldn't hurt to like put something down on it. So I think I'm going to do that. Okay, we're definitely using her. We are there. We got that far. And let me see if I have any scrapbooky paper here. There's some writing, but I don't feel like I don't think that's it. I'm not feeling that. It's at the end and there's not enough of it. I don't want to identify the words. I just need to identify or have it impacting or saying the impression of words. I don't know why that was so hard to get out. Oh, how about this? This is actually a sticker. That's a good idea. Let's think about that. Let's see. If I can help it, I will only use the things in these bins if I can help it. So,
hi, Lexi.
Oh, Lexi, hey. And then maybe I need to put another thing over her eye as well, like something sheer, like this, because it's in the bin. Or, ooh, this one has trees. This one came from John David.
Oh,
I like that.
yeah.
That's nice. So then it doesn't really matter about the whatever the words are underneath, because we're not trying to read those words. Well, let's glue those down and get started. And I'm just going to intuitively work as I go here. All right. So I need to figure out if I'm going to put anything, what I'm going to put here and here, and how much of her I'm cutting out here. I actually kind of think I like her taking up like the center portion and just maybe taping this off, doing something at the top and the bottom. Maybe I'll add those after, like a trim kind of thing. And we know we have to put our thread on here somewhere. So I need to see where. Okay, we're going to move her over just a little. Okay, so it's hard to figure out where to put that sticker, huh? I don't think, let's see, crooked? I'm going to do it crooked. So I'm going to do it this way. I take my glue, go around the edges of this, and glue it down where I want it. I'm sorry about the pin, Kylie. Didn't make you cringe there.
As I say, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. So Lexi says she had a frustrating doctor's appointment, but scored 6 stacking paper trays. That's not easy to say. 6 paper stacking trays from Buy Nothing page. So it evened out nicely. Sounds like a win, actually, Lexi.
Yeah, it sounds like you made the best of the day. That's always good.
Yeah,
figured out how to.
Eddie was going to say, a man after my own heart. He was going to say, "Get that pin out your mouth, lady."
Yeah, I know Kylie can't stand it either. Yeah, I don't understand. I've always done it. I've done it my whole life. I did it, like I've never had anybody have a reaction to it like you do, Kylie. So I think it's kind of funny. There's a scrap I should use. I'm thinking about what's going to go at the top and the bottom. Maybe I need to, this is actually on some chipboard. Maybe I won't. It's heavy chipboard too. Ooh. I mean, there's so many pretty pieces in here. I should be looking at it here so you guys can see. So many beautiful pieces. I almost feel like it needs something super colorful, or because this is so it's black and white, so I feel like it needs something that kind of goes with those. Wish I had some eggplant. That'd be nice. Let's see. I've got little scraps here that those would be okay. They don't match, but that's all right. I went off camera again. I know I'm going to use the threads for the unseen threads. Some of these are so precious to me that I'm like, there's no way I would use that for this. I don't know what my deal is. I'm not sure. Okay, so I think I'm going to glue her down. I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. I'm going to use my good glue this time. I'm going to use my favorite gel medium because this is really fine paper, and I think that this does a good job of reducing the wrinkles. So I would have to figure out how I want to put this down too, but I think I'm going to trim it because it's got like alcohol ink or something on it also. All right, I need a brush. Go with a third. So if you do this and you do the prompts, do the little mantra and the meditation, it can be a tag. It can be a postcard. It can be something small like this. You could start a little notebook like this. That would be just fine. It's just about you and rebalancing that nervous system. So whatever you feel like, I think that needs to go over farther. Whatever you feel like you want to do, if you want to make it into a big thing, or if you just want to do something small, you know, whatever feels comfortable for you.
Lexi is calling me a flirt.
Very crooked. What?
Lexi is calling me a flirt.
A flirt? What? Who's flirting?
No, but Eddie said the way I said it, he liked my accent.
Oh.
I said to him, I said to you a few weeks ago, I thought Eddie had a great voice. Did I not say that to you?
Yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah.
Yeah. She thinks your voice is calming. I am so, you know, I always feel like there's no way my voice can be calming, but I've had people tell me that. And
your voice is calming as well. Yeah.
It surprises me as a loud person with a, you know, it does surprise me. All right. So I just hear a lot of, you know.
On you go. No, on you go. I was about to say, Shannon says she's colouring a mandala at the moment. I mean, that's something that is relaxing, isn't it?
That is really good for us too. Coloring? Yeah. That is really good for us. I think what I'm going to do is cut it into a circle. And if I can get my punch to go through it, I will here. And then it's kind of bizarre as a circle on a square, you know, I think that's kind of cool. Just, that's what I'm feeling guided to do right now.
But that's a phrase, isn't it? Is it to circle the square or to square the circle?
Yeah.
I think it's to square the circle. But I think to circle the square sounds better because a circle is more continuous.
This didn't work. So what I'm going to do is cut it out. But I've got a guide now, the way it worked out. So let's see. I really like circles. I use circles all the time. I prefer them. They just are symbolically, you know, there is no end. Round and round we go. Oh, it did work on some of it. It's just one side, really.
Now, I missed for a second because I was clearly flirting, but I missed. Is that something you printed it on, or is that just the?
This is some things that John David sent me. A whole bunch of these transparencies, and he printed on the transparent material.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Which I thought was genius.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that's so good.
I love that.
Yes, that's so good. All right. We do have some wrinkles here. Usually I like to put, when I use those magazines, the old magazines, I use this and I put it on a piece of chipboard first and then I glue it down. And I don't know what I did different here because this could have easily just, you know, been my, the piece I glued it to in the first place when I put them down on something else. So I don't know what I did there, but I got it on there kind of wrinkly. I'm going to use tape for this. Some of this stuff. That's the back. Unfortunately, when I tried to use the punch, it ruffled my edges a little. That's okay. We'll figure it out. There we go. That's cool. Kind of have some funky edges there that are a little curled, but all right. And boy, these wrinkles are bugging me. So now I want to figure out what I'm going to put at the top and the bottom, and I will even that out when I do it. So what do I have here? Let's see. That's not long enough. No, no, no. Not long enough. Might grab another bin behind me. That's definitely, then that means it was definitely what was it? The words. Unseen.
Unseen
Unplanned.
Yeah. But your heart and your hands are being guided.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so if I grab this other little bin back here and let it help me. Oh, I have some textured things in this one. So, I mean, the stickers aren't out, but that's the last thing. Let's find what goes here. I know you guys want to see the bin. That's bold and beautiful on there. Let's see. These are small and they should go in here. I haven't gone through these and organized these in so long. I've got graduating bins that stack up on top of each other. And, you know, it's left over some projects and things like that. I'm thinking I really like that one. I also have, this is some vintage wallpaper that I should save for like an assemblage.
It's pink. It's pink. No, go past it.
It's coral.
No,
yeah, I didn't like
pink.
the color.
Pink. It's pink. Move on by. Move on
These
by.
These are the pinks I don't mind. It's a pinky orange color, and that's okay. It's actually the coral, and I embossed it. It's the coral colored oxide. I can't remember what that one's called. I don't think it's just coral. It's something like that, though. Let's see. But yeah, you're right. It's a little pink. I also have, I like this, even though none of those colors are in there. If I had to choose between these baskets, I think that's my choice there. I also have this one that has the coral and the turquoise, or I could just start from scratch with some swirls and color it myself. I'm feeling this. You guys like that?
I like that. Yep.
All right.
I don't know. It's got a kind of 60s vibe to it.
Well, it's a 60s magazine. So yeah.
There you go.
let me go ahead and cut this because it's throwing me off.
But even the design on your little scrap of paper.
Oh yeah.
In the 60s to it as well.
I always see kind of globes when I see it. You know, the photos of the globes that are spread out, you know, when they're, Come on, don't be difficult.
I think cutting along the edges of paper like that is one of the hardest things.
It is.
But then I'm always saying I have no control over scissors, but you know, I find that very difficult.
I do too. I get that. So what I need to do is, let's see.
Oh yeah, Julie says you can't go wrong with teals and turquoise. Very true, Julie. Very
so there's a line here I need to cut off, and it was a pen line because this was clearly from a project that I was doing, that I was going, that I needed to, you know, draw around. So, and then I want to see, I only need a tiny bit for here. So I like that she's got her hand up like that. I want to keep that. I think that works. All right. I'm going to put some glue down and then I'll cut it off after. Being difficult.
Oh, Jutta, and I'm sorry, I'm sure I get that wrong.
Uta.
Uta.
Oh, no.
She's from the garden where she's weeding. LOL.
Ah, having your hands in the dirt is pretty close to meditation too. I would say. I just had a thought here. This is round. That is round. Why isn't this round? Right?
Ooh,
just letting it guide me. Guiding me along here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Because I want to keep her fingers like that. All right. There we go. And so this is round. Got round here. Needed to round that edge. Right. All right. And here for the difficult stuff again. I think this is hard because the spiral is in my way. So getting it at the right angle makes it difficult. You know what's easier and what we should do when we're doing that, because it's hard to cut for us people that can't cut a straight line. You know what we should do is use a blade when we are doing that, because how much easier. I mean, we've got to fight with ourselves here. How much easier to, then this isn't in the way. And I don't know. I just don't grab that often enough. I think I forget. These wrinkles are driving me crazy. That's okay. We're going to eliminate some of them here. I'm going to trim off what I can there too. Let's see. I'm trying not to plan ahead too awful much. And then I'll probably put another thing at the top. I'm going to cover most of her head here. Let's give her a little more curve. Sorry, I'm doing that off camera.
Right, so Julie is saying, see that there on the left is near impossible for me. I'm not quite sure. See that there on the left is near impossible for me. Also, seeing other people doing it makes me tense up. I'm not quite sure. Sorry, Julie. And this says, the struggle is real. Hugs, Julie. The struggle is real.
It is. It really is. I'm going to use the blade when I trim this off, and we'll see the difference, right? Maybe we would have learned something together here. Oh, sorry, in a minute. If I could just not talk while I have a pin in my mouth, you guys would never know. But I can't help myself.
You can't. Seeing people cutting thing on the left side with the right hand. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Left with the right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And Huta says it's starting to drizzle, but not enough to call it and go in. Yeah. There's something quite nice about being out in the garden when it's drizzling.
Yes, I agree.
I won't say that tomorrow when we have to get torrential rain and I want to be out there, but never mind.
I'll go out in the rain. I mean, I live in a rainy state on purpose, and I love it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And those nice light sprinkles that are like almost misty. Oh, that's wonderful stuff right there. Really.
So Eddie is a genius. He says, Eddie is a genius. He says, here's an idea. Put the pin on your desk.
The what? Oh,
Put the pen on your desk rather than in your
here's
mouth.
the problem. It's a habit that I've had all my life. Like I put things in my mouth. I just do. And I use my mouth as an extra tool always.
I think you need to stop there.
What's that?
I think you need to stop there. Eddie says oral fixation. I knew something. No, I'm not even going to say what I was going to say.
I'm just gonna stop.
You just need to stop. Yeah. I knew where that was going.
I can say I was a nail biter as a child. I don't know. Have I told you guys that story? It is ridiculous. My dad, he scarred me. I know I've told the story a couple times about him threatening to put horse poop on my hands and, like for biting my nails. So this is really thick paint from the gel plate, and I just had even some paint kind of peeling off there. I'm going to figure out how to treat the top, maybe with a piece of, and maybe I need to go with like the little daisies, because that feels very 60s right there. And the color is good. Matches, opposite, same as this yellow here in the background. So I like that. Doesn't quite cover it, does it? I might have to do two. And I don't need to go all the way up to the spiral, but I can't help myself. I can't stop. I'm being guided. I have no choice. You know what I could do here?
Yeah, Julie's saying, Sharon, how do you make beautiful things so quick, so easily?
Oh.
And it's true. You just bring things together.
I not always. I struggle. I have my moments. I do. I followed another one of the prompts, right? I've got the golden thread because I feel like this goes with this, the unseen thread. Anyway, I will show you a journal page here in a moment that I did that I absolutely can't stand. I was following one of the prompts yesterday and I thought I just really need this right now. So I did the meditation, the mantra, and look at my hands are so bad right now. The skin is just peeling off.
I get something exactly the same as that.
This is one of the most painful when it gets down in there and it just cracks when you open your hands, and no amount of lotion fixes this. Vaseline is about the only thing that can help.
So we have a thing here. Gosh, I'm going to send you the link to it. That really helps. I can't remember the name just now. I'll send you the link.
Okay. This is like, I've been to the dermatologist about it, and it's a rare form of eczema that I get on my hands and the bottoms of my feet. And when it's on the bottoms of my feet, it's very painful to walk. And it makes us grow extra skin. Basically, I'm growing extra skin on my feet, on my hands. And it's not fun. There's nothing they can do though. We've tried different creams and there's just not much to be done. So, and sometimes I'll get it on my fingers too. And, for the longest time last year, I always had a Band-Aid on my thumb because it just wasn't healing. This is a month in. It's just not healing. It's getting worse. And it has to do with stress. Like when I'm stressed out, it's the worst. I can't get it to tie. It's this rotten thread that I don't know who invented this stuff, but it's terrible. No, that's not what I said.
While you do your thing with that, anybody watching tonight, tonight. So it's tonight my time. It might be morning your time or whatever. It doesn't matter. Can you later, when this video, you know, after the live stream, come back and leave a wee comment on the video? And it just makes a wee difference. You know, Sharon doesn't go out there and splash it all over the place, but come back, leave a comment after the live stream. If you're here and you're in chat and you're not leaving, if you're here watching and you're not in chat, then join us. That would be really nice. But if you don't want to, because, you know, some people don't want to, come back, hit the thumbs up, whether you're here now, watching it later, but please leave a comment afterwards, because that makes a difference.
That's so sweet. That was such a nice bit. Thank you so much. It is really sweet.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So I want this to stay down. This is so fussy to work with. I don't know who invented this. It's not smooth. It's not good for a needle. It's not good to go through fabric. What is it for? I didn't buy it, if you're wondering. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm trying to get it down like it's on her braid. Who made this stuff? And I'm going to try this. Just under this piece.
Okay, we know what you're doing. You've got that cap in your mouth now, haven't you?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I just spit it out. Did you?
I know you did.
On my desk.
Eddie and I are both sitting with the heebie-jeebies now. You know, it's not only a pin, it's a cap as well.
I just can't help myself. It's what I do.
Oh, we're traumatized just watching this live stream.
And I'm here trying to help you all calm down.
I know. Oh,
giving you extra trauma. Oh, okay. So I could have cut this a little shorter, like the length of her braid would have been good. It's not really stuck down. I could do that. It's not out of the question. I just wanted gold threads on there. What are these for? I just don't get it. When you pull it through fabric, it catches all along the way because it's got glitter on it.
I did a journal cover years ago, and it was the same. And people were saying you need to use a plastic needle and you need to watch what you're pulling it through, because when you pull it through, the gold bits that are around it will unravel. I mean,
it would work on like that plastic mesh stuff, whatever that is, for cross stitch or whatever. It wasn't cross stitch, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had this beautiful thread. I think it was kind of black and gold intertwined. And when I was trying to sew it on this journal cover, the whole thing was just coming apart. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get out a few of these if I can. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to be using these. I'm letting my hands guide me.
Okay. Yeah, I think everyone's saying they have that thread and they have problems with it. And Nancy, she just uses it to wrap around things. I think that's it. You know,
it's hard to even tie to wrap around something.
It's just kind of it looks good to look at, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I think it would be really good for beads. If you're beading onto something, would be good. It would work, but I think these daisies really scream, hey, it's the 1960s and we're having it. And maybe one goes up here, and maybe, let me see what I've got here. There's some more. Maybe about
Lexi says, Sharon, you're an adult and you can put anything you want in your mouth.
I'm done.
Okay, Alexa.
Thank you,
Eddie
Lexi.
and
Thank
Eddie
you.
and TBGBs. But, yeah, anything goes.
I will try to remember not to do that for all of you that get the heebie-jeebies when that happens. But I can't guarantee because it is a lifetime.
That's okay.
A lifetime's work,
We'll love you regardless.
Thank you. All right, so I want to look for some smaller ones. See if I got a smaller one here.
Anne says, OMG, what kind of stream is this? I don't know what I walked into.
Oh, if Julie hasn't run off blushing, I think we're okay still. Because she's our litmus test there for the blush, for the super blushing, really.
No, Julie's on a different line of thinking. She has lots of different colours. I think she's talking to the threads.
Oh,
and
okay.
we like to use it, but the stupid stuff will not cooperate. Yeah.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. Yeah. It's not nice.
And she says, put a beautiful something with a pin. Put a beautiful something with a pin cushion on the desk.
I do have pin cushions, and I also have this thing that I actually much prefer. But if you're using a glue pin, it's got glue on it and it won't go into a pin cushion. It also might get glued in there. So, this I always have stuff. It's a magnet. I always have stuff on this one. Like I have these little cute pin cushions. There's no way to get a glue one in there. It's a good idea.
You have an elf in that box.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in there. He used to sit on my.
Free the elf. Free the elf.
It's got needles in it.
Nah.
Okay, so I'm kind of thinking maybe I need to hide these spots up here. I definitely want to put this one here. So let's go ahead and do it because
I love daisies. I love daisies.
They are my favorite flower.
Yeah.
These specific daisies here. And I get so excited because we get fields of them here. Like we always have a field of daisies somewhere because they just grow naturally here, and I'm thinking it should be more of a flowery headband thing that she's got going on.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh, yes.
Anyway,
yeah,
daisies are great.
1960s. Oh gosh, wasn't it so sad about Brian Wilson?
Yeah, did you see that the artists did a tribute to him?
I didn't.
If you look up, I can't remember the name of the song that they did, a whole bunch of artists, and it's beautiful and ethereal. The video is, their outfits are ethereal and gold, and I mean it's really heavenly, the whole thing.
Oh, and that.
Yeah, find it. I wish I could tell you what song it was currently, but I can't.
Okay, I'll find it.
Yeah. Okay, so that just covers our cool blue up too much. But I mean, what if she has like a little headband going on there? What if it's down here? No, it needs to be right there. All right. And this has daisies on it too. Completely an accident. Maybe single daisies. These are all different. I don't like that one. I don't like it.
How can you not like a daisy?
Well, I like them all. I just didn't like that one there.
I kind of, yeah.
Oh, here we go. This is a nice little one here. There. That's the one. Okay.
Oh, I like that one on her kind of eye space. Yeah.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
I think that's the one.
Yeah.
Maybe that one goes. That candle smells so good. I forgot I had a candle going. I'm like, what is that smell? I'm going to put those there. And we'll put this one on top.
I think we need a bit more flower power.
Yeah, right now, and this was an accident to have flower power. Totally an accident, because I'm letting it guide me using the scraps and the stuff on my desk, and here I am doing something with flower power. Isn't that funny?
Julie says, did you fussy cut those daisies? I'm going to say
no.
No.
They're stickers.
There's life and there's life. And that ain't
These
fussy
are my favorite stickers. I have used these in lots of projects, and I know you guys keep seeing them because I keep using them. I wish I had some tiny ones to weave into her hair here, but I don't.
That'd be good. Yeah.
I mean, really tiny ones. All I have is the washi tape, and I guess I could have woven that in before I started, but it's too late now.
How about half ones sticking out from bits of her hair?
Like some of the smaller ones, I might be able to do that.
Kind of cut it out as if it was kind of sticking out.
That looks like it's stuck in her hair.
Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe I can.
Yeah.
Let me find a smallish one here. I might be able to put that one there and make it look like it's sticking out. They're all about the same size, but these ones that have 3, I wish that they were individual. Once you cut them apart, though, you're not getting, you're not getting a whole daisy at that point. So, oh, well, maybe I can do it that way. Maybe that's how to get a flat edge to go in her hair.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it. I'll try it. I was just trying to get these back in the bag, which is always impossible. It's always so difficult. I don't know why.
Cellophane just kind of sticks to itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice way to store them, but it would be nice to have a different solution here. Eventually, this cellophane also loses its sticky, and then things are falling out. Like this one is lost. It's sticky, isn't really working the same anymore. Okay, so I'm going to put that one there, I know.
Oh, yeah. Daisy says, not Daisy. Julie says, oh, gosh. I'm tired this week. I've had a hard week. But Julie says, I don't remember seeing the daisies before. I love daisies. Makes me think of country cottage. Yeah.
Right now, we are surrounded by daisies. Not in our yard, but everywhere we go. And I get so excited when we're in the woods. And I'm like, oh, look, a field of daisies. I get so excited about the daisies.
They're such a simple flower, and
they are.
I have them. They grow in the grass. I have larger ones that are in my borders, and I love daisies. They're just such a happy flower.
I had daisies at my wedding. These kind of yellow and white daisies. They weren't real. They don't hold, but they don't stay fresh for very long, and their stems are so skinny that they will.
There's something about having made daisy chains. I mean, if daisies were around you, you made daisy chains, and that's just so lovely.
I'm not seeing any place else to put these that I want to put them. I think that one is kind of bugging me, so I don't think I can get it off at this stage, though, so it's too late. I can add more to it. It's not even the same flower, but I can. That would be fine. Let's see. All right. It's two different halves, two different flowers there. Okay, so we've got that, and I've added my golden thread. I need to put the words guided by the invisible. Thread comes to mind when we hear that, but I don't think I'm done. I feel like there's some doodling. Maybe I need to get a marker out if I want to do these bits right here. And then I feel like it needs something else. This is where words go right here, huh? Guided by the invisible. Let's see.
Okay, so I think we all love daisies. So Eddie loves daisies, Julie loves daisies, I love daisies.
That's cool.
Ruta says, yay, the rain started, so I made it to the studio. My table is covered in iris photos. I love iris. I've got a lot of iris in my garden, but
we do have some of those too.
She's doing an iris journal, but now she wants to do a daisy journal as well.
Oh,
she loves daisies.
That would be awesome.
She loves daisies, especially the Shasta ones. Yeah, beautiful. I love the grass. Shasta.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I think they're the bigger ones. I have them, and I have just the grass daisies, which get cut when the grass gets cut, but they come back so quickly. It's just wonderful. That and buttercups.
I love little buttercups. I love them. If I got to have a second flower, it would be poppies. The orange ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have wild. Well, I say wild. They kind of self-seed themselves, yellow and orange poppies every year. Just kind of self-seed in the garden.
We see them all the time on the sides of the road. And I said to Bill last week, I wish we could get those to grow, or I wish we had some of those growing wild in our yard or around the border at least.
And we have Mo who says, Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer, do. And I'll continue that. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage. I can't afford the carriage, but you'll look sweet on the seat of a bicycle made for two. Hello, Mo.
That was awesome.
It wasn't. It was out of tune, but never mind. It was the best I could do on a Friday night.
Hey, Mo. Thank you for singing for us. That was wonderful. Eddie just wants us to say nasturtiums. Do you really love those, or did you just want us to say that?
Nasturtiums, you mean?
Nasturtiums.
Nasturtiums. You've got to say it in Scotland. Nasturtiums.
So this was to be titled Guided by the Invisible, and I got threads out of the mantra. So that is my added word and why I added these. And so when you open your book, and I think I will do that this way, if I use this book for our generated prompts with the sacred scraps, I'll write the title or what I got out of it. Could be the mantra, could be, whatever encouraged that. I will write on here on the opposite side, right side up too. I don't know what else it needs. A little bit of something right here, because that's going to bug me. And I don't know if I can match that color, but I can sure try. I can get pretty close, I think. Let's see. Pretty close. Could have used gold, I guess, too. The thing with a spiral, it's hard to ignore the paper that's inside the spiral bit. So I just always have a really hard time with it. I usually want every part of it decorated, you know me, I hate white space. That color match is pretty good, actually. Totally an accident right there. And does it go on the sticker? Because this is sticker. So with this book, what I'm going to have to do is, create a line each time so that it doesn't bug me. Figure it out. So I don't know what else she needs. Maybe I need to do this and do I go as hard as a Stabilo, or do I just use a Prismacolor here? This is just a Prismacolor. I don't know if this is enough impact here, but we're going to do it and see. I think a Stabilo might be too harsh here. Because the paper is so thin and absorbent, and a Stabilo, if I get it wet, it might look weird and dry weird. So maybe it needs a little stamping on her face too. I'm feeling that. What do you think? Feel a bit of stamping? Let me see here. So I've got these stars on here. This is before I had acrylic blocks, long ago. And I had used a bit of stick glue, glue stick, to put that down, and I've just always left it on there. This comes off, but so I'm going to use these little stars. I really like them, and I think I'm going to put them underneath the daisies. That sounds nice, doesn't it? Let's get some permanent ink.
Oh my, Mo wants me to sing the second verse of Daisy Daisy. I think I need to save myself for next week, but yeah, I will do that next week. But and Julie says, Sharon, your desk looks well equipped.
Oh,
well supplied. I said equipped.
I always have too much stuff on my desk, Julie. It's mostly organized, but but it's still, in my opinion, a mess. Let's see, and then maybe if I put some down here.
Now see that a few wee dots here and there, and aye.
Wee dots?
Wee dots here and there. Wee dots here and there. And, it's like Julie was saying earlier, you take a few things, you pull them together, you do a bit of, well, aye. So it's good. It's brilliant.
Oh, you guys are so sweet.
No.
Well, and I guess this is me showing you can do this quickly with the prompts, and it's fine. I'm feeling like it needs something else right here, and I know what it is. I know what it's missing, and this will be the PS.
The resistance.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Yes,
feeling a bit tongue-tied right now. Okay. So,
if you're European, you know that. Pièce de résistance. That's a wee kind of political comment.
I usually know that, and I just
I apologize. We kind of political thing here in this side of the world.
Yeah, why did you apologize? Why are you apologizing?
I don't know. It's just like, yeah. It's crazy political stuff.
Okay, let's see.
But as I've said before, Mo lives in a very, very special place.
She does, and I think most of our audience is from Canada today. Is
I
that weird?
know, and that is wonderful. You know, and
Yeah.
you've got Mark Carney, and he was now. I need to be not political from my point of view here, but you know, he was governor of the Bank of England here, and the Bank of England, you know, we have the UK, but the Bank of England, he was governor of the Bank of England, which governs the whole of UK currency, and I thought he was brilliant. And when I saw Canadians vote for him, I thought, yeah, brilliant.
I
Or
cannot
or
see.
it's got to say pure dead brilliant. So yeah,
Pure dead brilliant.
pure
Is
dead
that,
brilliant. That's pure dead brilliant. That is.
I've not heard that. And you know, I've heard most of everything that I watch, they have an accent.
Yeah.
I rarely watch anything American or see
Uh-huh.
anything American that, or, you know, that has my accent. And I have never heard dead brilliant, but it does
Well,
sound, you know, like it sounds like something that goes right with everything else.
well, kind of
So,
pure dead brilliant is a bit kind of Scottish, but yeah, yeah,
and maybe I've heard dead brilliant, but not the pure part, I guess.
yeah. Well.
So I'm just going to put some little dots out here.
So Sharon, sorry, Huta is saying, Sharon, do you keep the same supplies out or change it out according to project you have in mind to work on?
Well, I actually have things that always are on my desk. And then I have things that, you know, like the bins that you guys see me working out of. I will create a new bin for each project, and then it takes me forever to put away, and then I have to go buy another bin, and then I end up stacking up the bins. But that's another story. But for each project, I will have a couple different sized containers, and I always have a pile of empty containers that I can dig through to find the sizes I need. I will have, you know, a paper tray, and it could be a plastic thing from the Dollar Tree, or, you know, there's lots of options there. You could even use like a cardboard box, because like sodas and cans like come on things like that, and you can get them at the grocery store. You can decorate them if you want. Like Lexi, I know you can decorate a box like nobody's business. That goddess box, I still think of when we were doing our goddess book, and you had reproduced the one head that I loved so much in that collection and put it across the front. That was superb. Anyway, I have different tins I will use. I almost always have a bread tin, and I pick these up at thrift stores. I have some really old ones that are cool. They're not good if they're from a bakery and they've got the years of grease on them that has been baked on, because they get kind of sticky. You don't want those ones. But I mean, you can find some old ones that are pretty cool. And then I even have a set of these smaller ones, which is, when I found these, I was like, oh my God, those are mine. Those have been waiting for me. But for each project, I'll end up with maybe a shoebox that I'm standing things up in, and then a couple smaller boxes. And it's only because we create scraps for each project as we go. And we also, I don't know about you, but I like to dig through stuff and find things that might go with the project or that inspire me. That key word there, because I won't use even 10% of what I pull out for a project. These are the items that are inspiring the look I want to go for usually, and I may or may not use. So, and that is all. So I'm going with an odd number there. I've got 3. I still feel like something's missing though, and I don't know what it is. I'm not sure.
Rita says, listening, cleaning her desk. Thanks. And Lexi says, oh, shucks. This is still one of my favorite boxes.
You know exactly the box, huh?
Yeah.
It turned out so good. And it's funny that I remember and think of that box. And I was just thinking of it last week even. I don't know why, about your awesome box. Eddie?
Eddie? Eddie? Are you there?
Are you? If he's out there, he's gonna say something. I know Eddie.
He's out there. Come on, Eddie. Come on down, Eddie.
He didn't hear that apparently. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna stop there because I don't know what else it needs. I have no idea. We've got the words up here, guided by the invisible. I added threads. I think that's great.
Okay, so sorry, I need to read this. Eddie says, Julie, please close your ears. I'm gluing and inking. I am not saying a word about Lexi's box. I'm just going to say, Sharon, Eddie, what have you led me into? Julie says, I have 2 little gift boxes that I converted to boxes that don't have a top, that I decorated with napkins and made them look vintage. Sharon, you may remember those.
I do remember those. Those were awesome too. The reason why the ones stand out from Lexi is the shape of the box. It looked like a display. And also the way she had reproduced the things from the kit, I thought just were amazing. And Lexi, you're welcome to reshare that picture.
I'm not reading what Lexi said next.
Oh, do I need to? I'll read it. It's cool.
No, I'm just, I feel she's leading me into something after calling me a flirt. That's what I'm
She is leading you astray.
She is. Yeah. Lexi.
All right. It's hard for me to leave this white, but I'm going to because there's a reason, you know. It does need this though, because this was the original, what it was supposed to be titled, and I added threads. So I think it's great. What do you guys think? Does it feel done?
I think it's wonderful. I think it's spiritual, and I think Lexi and Eddie are leading us into a different direction, but that's okay.
Oh,
I think that is absolutely superb. But you know, as Julie said, you've taken a few things and you've created something wonderful, and it's just like you just kind of grabbed some things and pulled it together, and it means so much. You've met the kind of prompt. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you for all the kind words. Thank you, you guys, everyone. Julie says, I have no idea what you're talking about, and I wish to remain that way.
Quite right, Julie. Leading me astray.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like she's powerful, and I really like that. Okay, so this is wet. I need to leave this open. I think this book, I will end up doing the cover for this. I wish I could do it right now. I wish I could work on it right now. I mean, we have a half an hour left. Maybe what I need to do is cut out a piece that'll be glued down so I can just leave this open.
Can I say something about that page and what it means to me?
Sure, I'd love to hear that.
So, you know, I'm looking at that tree and I think about trees and I think about the roots that they put down and the way that the roots stretch out. And it's coming from her eye and it stretches out and it connects and it connects. And the daisies that are the things that appear on the surface and make you feel good, you know, and connect in a different way. So it's all about, for me, it's all about connection. And it's all about, you know, if you go back to the kind of mantra, I trust the unseen thread. So there are threads there through the tree, through the roots of the tree, but also through the daisies. And, you know, everybody said they love daisies in the feed. So we all love daisies and there's a connection there
It feels like this is us, all of us loving daisies here.
Absolutely. So I just want to throw that in because I feel a connection with it. So thanks, Sharon.
Oh, that was so good. Thank you. Thank you. I'm seeing what you're seeing there, and hadn't thought about, the bunch of daisies. We're all a bunch of daisies, aren't we, people?
Absolutely.
We are a group of daisies. That's right. Oh, Mo, thank you for that, for reminding me.
Yeah, thanks, Mo.
So if everybody got to see this, they don't need to see this again, any of the prompts or the way it came out, then I will put this away, and I'm going to give it a check because we did it. I did that with the other one. I'm going to put a big check mark here so we know we did that one, and that is done. So I'll get some more from my AI. I mean, it's limited what I can ask for. So I don't know if I told you guys last time, I had actually asked for something to be printed up. It was business cards with a QR code, right? And she said, okay, I'm getting that ready for you, after she had me get the links and get all prepared. And, we had all the stuff, and I pre-read them and went through that. And she said, let me create your PDF. And then all of a sudden I get the screen that says, error, you have reached your limit. So then I tried to remind her next time I got on there. It said I had to come back in 22 hours. 22 hours later, I'm back on there. Okay, can we print that now? Please remind me of all the links and information that you wanted on there. And she had come up with the best tagline on there. And I couldn't remember it. I thought it was going to be remembered in a, link in a print, and it never got printed. So it was, there are limits. I would like to be able to afford to just pay for it.
I don't know. I have a kind of theory.
Do you have a theory?
I do, because I had a similar experience. So separate kind of you saying about what you've been doing, I've been testing AI out.
Oh, have you?
I have. And it was almost at the same time as you were doing it.
Really?
And yeah. And
cool.
I didn't say, because I thought you were getting somewhere with yours. And because I've not been doing stuff on YouTube, I just wanted to have a kind of see where it took me. And it came up with these whole load of ideas for videos I might post.
Oh.
Oh, wow, I thought that's great. And it said, will I create a kind of list PDF or whatever? And I went, yeah. And it came up with that exact same error message. And I thought, I'm not saying it was a scam, but I thought, nah.
Well, the first few times,
it wants me to go on and do.
Yes.
I don't know if it costs more to go on, but I thought, all right, it was good, and I wish I'd written it all down. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that can be the case. And I feel like the first few times I talked to it, it let me, I mean, I was on with it several times in that one day, in the first day and the second day and the third day. It wasn't until I hadn't been on there for a minute, and then came back and said, can we print out these or create these PDFs or whatever? And it'll tell me I've reached my limit, and it's a data limit. So I think it depends on if it's doing an internet search. If it has to search, that's data. Okay. So if it's looking for an answer to something, or it's looking for design, or if it's something that is online, not an idea, but something that is physically online. Well, I say physically online, but that's not physical, but you know what I mean? It can't be, but that takes data. If it takes anything like that, where it's going to have to, use more energy, I guess. So I wondered, and I haven't got to test that theory at all, because I had asked it a question earlier in that day, just something silly that I had to go look online for me. So I was wondering if maybe that's why I hadn't reached my data limit, because it created my PDFs before for me, but twice now. Once with a business card, and the other time I think I told you guys about, it was just about to print off the PDFs and it didn't. But I had screenshotted them. So screenshotted. Is that a word? Screenshotted.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It might not be an Oxford dictionary of words, but it will be sometime soon.
It might not be in there now, but it will be. Yeah. So
I mean, it's interesting. That's where AI is both of value and
yes,
question it. It's because I had done this thing and I thought, oh wow, that's great. It gave me a few ideas and I thought, wonderful. But it then said, like, you data error, whatever, you've run out of space. And, it's okay, that's fine. But I noticed I updated my iPhone recently, and suddenly if I Google something, it comes up with the AI answer first. And it's pretty good because it obviously trawls the internet and comes up with some stuff. And it's pretty good. I like it. But
it's pretty helpful, isn't it?
I think all I would say is take it for what it is, but be mindful that it's not everything.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we have to, it can be fed the wrong information too. That happened over the weekend. Somebody had convinced AI, and it was confused, that some photos of the military sleeping on the floor that Gavin Newsom took this last weekend was old photos, and it wasn't. Really? So, I mean, it depends. It depends on who's using the AI. If it's good or bad, it can be good or evil. It depends on who's using it. Yeah. But it also can be misinformed. If somebody told it that, or if somebody's saying that in, say, maybe he posted those pictures, it was on there for a day or two, and meanwhile everybody on X and Twitter or whatever they are, the ones that they both own, they're all saying that's from 2020, that's from 2020, that's from 2020. Then that's what it's picking up, because it's doing a quick search of the internet, and if it sees enough that is, it's going to take kind of the average of it all, and make it true. So
and Julie says when it comes down to it, it's only technology, and that has limits according to how it's programmed. Putin says AI takes huge amounts of electricity and it mines data. So she's not convinced of it. And I've been watching these things about data mining recently, and oh my goodness, the amount of electricity that data mining.
Isn't that weird?
Oh my God, I watched this thing, and it was about the whole cryptocurrency thing, and I'm going to confess, I have no idea at all about
it is fake money. It's fake.
Actually means. It seems fake. Yet there's these things, there's these computers doing all this. Sorry for the kind of fake noise that it makes, but and there's these people living in areas where this noise is going on.
Oh yeah.
When these machines are going, and oh my goodness, it's just like, I don't know. Sorry.
Well, they can put them out in the desert. They don't have to be in communities. That's the thing.
No, but they are in communities, and there's people.
And that's the mistake they're making. Yeah. Also, we're
Oh,
almost to a
hi,
point where,
Shannon. Sorry, Shannon's gone. So, bye,
oh,
Shannon.
well,
Great
thank
to
you
see
for
you
being
here.
here. We'll see you later, Shannon. Thank you. Um, we're about to the point where we're going to have 0 point energy, like free energy. The technology's already there. They just aren't allowing it to go forward because then they can't make money on it. And I don't think it's going to be, if I had to guess, I think it will be, they have these new turbines that you put on your roof, and you don't even have to have any wind. They just pick up the vibrations basically, and that creates electricity. And vibrations can be the earth. You know what I mean? They're like the tiniest bits of movement, and that creates power, and enough power for your house. So it could be that, or it could be something entirely extraterrestrial and different. But I expect 0 point energy, as long as we get the patriarchy out of the way and we get to progress, that's going to happen. Hi, Paula.
Hi,
It's good to
Paula
have you.
Hen. Hi, Paula Hen. Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, Julie's saying that cryptocurrency thing caused her brother a whole lot of stress and
Yeah,
harassment.
you
Yeah.
can lose a lot of money, and it's not real money. It's just somebody attaching an amount to, like, let's say Trump. That's all a scam. All the meme coins, he's just basically paying. He's just saying, pay to play here with me. I don't know what that, they can't use that anywhere. They can use it for, they can cash it out, or they can, I don't know how it works, but they lost a whole bunch of money on
I
it.
know.
And it's not cool. It's just not cool. So I think I'm going to do some ink on this. I'm going to have to get something to put this on. And I wish I had ink in, because it's got some embossing powder on it, or embossing paste on it, like leftover from cleaning off a stencil. Maybe I need to use this kind.
So is this the cover you're on now?
Yeah.
Good.
What do you think?
Yeah.
So this is the rusty hinge, and I'm looking at the yellow in the flowers there. What I'm going to do is just drop some on. I can't get that lid off if I don't take the plastic off.
So Mo is getting deep here. She says, but what is real money? The paper and coins you have are a promise. They're not real either.
Exactly.
I think that's very true, Mo, but it is what
it's what we're attaching to it.
We trust in. We don't trust in crypto. We trust in the paper stuff that have the
we don't even trust in that anymore.
So Huta says, let's do art instead to keep it mellow. So yeah, Sharon, full steam ahead on your cover here.
No, you can get deep. That's fine. I feel like we're going to be at a point where we're not going to have money pretty soon, or we're going to have a different kind of currency, and I think that's going to happen.
Yeah. Mo says this is why we need to spend it on art supplies. Yeah,
exactly. I think we're going to be in more of a trading system soon.
Yep.
Think about it. If we have 0 point energy, like, that doesn't deplete the earth, doesn't cost anything, think about all the things that changes. That could be 0 point energy controlling your car. It could be, let's go to the manufacturing of your car. It didn't cost any energy to build it, and AI probably is going to be doing it at that point. So if we have computers building our cars, energy is free. The supplies, the parts for the car, also you can break down in the same way. if AI and computers are making our things, we're not paying workers. People have more time for the things they love. Life is less expensive and can be based on barter at that point. If you really think about it, it's a really deep thing to think about, but I have given it lots of thought, and I really see some changes coming for us. And that's what the patriarchy is trying to prevent right now. They know that they're about to lose all the power because we base it on, I mean, they're in control of us right now. They have all the control. And as soon as they lose it, as soon as they lose that power, they don't have any control over us anymore. So that's just, you know, how it is. They have their foot on our neck right now. It's going to be begging on the corner. I don't think so. Well, we're going to go through some rough shit. I'm sorry.
I think that's right. It's going to be rough, but
For a minute. Yeah. Yep.
we need to appreciate. Oh gosh, where do I go? We need to appreciate everyone that contributes to society, and everyone contributes in a different way. And even there are times when people who are so down, so out, they're not able to contribute at that particular point in time, but that does not mean to say they can't
we're losing you
at any point in time. So yeah, we just need to recognize.
Imagine a world where everybody feels appreciated, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, where we all feel like what we do has value. Because what we're giving our energy to does have value.
Absolutely.
And there's a way to have an even amount of you know, energy for everyone, and an even amount of what we need. And it's a completely different way to approach the whole world.
We have enough resources in this world that no matter where you are, you should not be hungry. You should not have a roof over your head.
Yep.
You do not have to have wealth that drips in gold. That means nothing. Wealth that drips in gold means nothing. So we need to have enough that we are clothed, we have food, we have a roof over our heads. We do not need much more than that.
Community. It's about community at this point.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I'm going to go over this with, I know it's wet right now. I would normally wait for it to dry, but I don't want to. But I don't want to. So
go for it.
Maybe. Or something like that. Let's see if I can find it. I usually have these organized by color in here, but I shoved them in here last time, and my purples aren't all purple, and my stacks aren't the same. Oh, where are you at? Really, I have sat and thought about all the things that would change if we only didn't pay for power. Just that one thing would shift everything across the board. Across the board. I've got my drawer out here.
Hello, Diane, Messy Palette.
Diane, hey. Oh, there's the forest moss. I want that. Okay. Yeah, I think we're about to see a lot of changes, and I'm here for it. I am here for it. I don't know about you guys, but I need a green brush. I don't have a green one, do I? Let's use this one. I think we just talked politics, kind of. Not really, but you know.
And I'm sorry if I brought that in, but you know.
No.
We're all the same, you know. There's none of us
We
around
are.
the world that are any different. You know, I want everybody here to have those kind of basics in life that
Exactly.
and you know, if we can afford some art supplies over and above it, great. If we can afford to put a few flowers in the garden, great. You know, we love the daisies, let's have the daisies. But yeah,
Yeah.
let's just
I think that's wonderful.
where there's kids that are being deprived, that are being
Starving.
abused, they're starving. I
Yeah.
mean, my goodness, whatever your beliefs, it doesn't matter what God you believe in or what.
Exactly.
We're all part of the same human race, and if you can't look at another person with compassion and see that they need something, I'm sorry, I'm going to go off on one.
Yeah,
So
I feel the same way. And like I was crying, I was tearing up when she and I were talking about this before we went live. This sort of things that are happening right now are just so upsetting. They're so upsetting. And I can't, if you can't look at what's happening and feel something, I don't understand, you know,
exactly.
watching innocent people suffer, watching children get abandoned in their car because the police rammed into it in an intersection over and over and then stole the mother out. Not the police, ICE. I mean, that happened. And children were left abandoned in the car. Babies were left in car seats in the back. You know, it's just there's stuff going on right now, and we have to decide which side we're on and what we want, what we want, you know. So, oh,
You
Uda,
know,
thank you
we
for coming.
yeah.
You have a great weekend.
I try, and I'm going to say this. I'm sorry, Sharon,
No,
because
you
it's
go ahead.
real
It's
life.
not, you know, this is real life, you know.
I try to be. I have a you. Oh my God, this actually gets difficult. So, you know, I've got a YouTube channel. I've got a lot of followers. I've got a core of people that follow me, and I know they come. Over 50% of my folks that follow me come from the US. And I am so appreciative of everyone that follows me. Now, I know that some of those will come from, and I know from what I see on their feeds, that they come from a different background. And, you know, I totally understand. I have worked in politics. I'm not saying too much about my background. I have worked in politics. I have worked with politicians. I know that people come from different perspectives. And often the perspectives are actually not that far apart. It's about a tiny, tiny, tiny difference either side of that middle line.
Yes.
It is. It's really minor. But now we've reached a point where the divide on that middle line is significant. It's like way over here or way over there. And
Very well put.
that brings such fear to me, because I have lived through in this country different governments. Some you might say in your terms in the US blue, some you might say red. And you know, there's a way of managing your way through that. Yeah, there's minor kind of stuff goes either side of the divide line. But now it is so far apart.
Yes.
It really, really scares me. And it scares me in terms of the US. There's some stuff bubbling up here at home. not so much in Scotland, but it's starting to come into Scotland. But certainly within the UK, we can see the divide line getting wider. So I'm going to slightly lose my train of thought here. We need to focus on not
People.
those kind of wide things either side of the line. It's about what's right for people. You know,
Yeah.
everybody deserves to have food on the table, a roof over their head, and to feel a sense of being
Safe.
secure, safe, looked after. And, you know, I pay my taxes and I am in the fortunate position of feeling fairly safe, you know. I know I can put food on my table this week, next week, the week after. I know I've got the roof over my head. But I want other people to feel that no matter what their position is to know that they are safe and they are secure and that there are people that are going to look after them until they can get on their feet and they can feel that they can look after themselves within our system. And it's moved so far away from that it worries me. And we're not there yet in Scotland, but it might move that way because there's other stuff in the wider UK that's having an influence there. But in the USA,
We are the litmus strip.
Definitely happening. And we need to just think about, people flee other countries because they don't have that sense of security. And you can't say to those people, you're wrong, you need to go back. We just need to say, no, we will do what we can to help you. And,
it's very upsetting.
I'm just, we're all one humanity. We're part of the human race. No matter where we come from, we're part of the human race. And we need to look after each other. And
that's so well said.
no,
So well said, Kylie.
It breaks my heart to think that there's people out there that,
well, let me tell you, you're saying it's kind of bubbling up where you're at. It's kind of bubbling up all over the world if you look at what's happening all over the world in politics. And here's the reason why. We are the test country here. It's all connected. It's probably all the same group of people that said, let's dominate the world. And they know each other. They're supporting each other. They're paying for each other's campaigns. It's dark money paying for this. And they're the ones that are saying, hey, let's pick this guy because I think that he has the charm and he can go out there and we'll put our money behind him and he will do what we say, and that's what's happened here. It's a pay to play country now. And that includes the commander in chief. He was paid, to be in his position and chosen by the Heritage Foundation, which is where the dark money is coming from. It's the same big dark groups that want to dominate the planet, and they want all the resources. And even though they have enough money to feed the world, they don't share a penny of it, and they think that they need to they need to have more. Because when you're hollow and empty and you already have all the money, what else do you crave more? That's all you've got. There's nothing you want. Imagine having everything you want just handed to you. How that changes people and how they don't understand going without. They don't understand going to the grocery store and having to count your pennies and figure out if you can afford to feed your family bologna or sliced turkey this week. They don't get that. They don't understand because they've never had to do that. So all they want is more. They've never been hungry a day in their life. I hope to see a day where they get to experience that. Just a day. I think we should sue them all, take all their money and split it with the whole planet, all the poor people.
Yep. I mean, I get my grocery shop every week or whenever, when I need it. And I look at the prices and I think, OMG.
Yeah.
I can buy this, and
that mother over there with 3 kids probably can't.
Think twice about it. I can buy it. I am, because I've saved, etc. I can buy it. But by the same token, I'm looking at it and thinking, if someone less fortunate than me had to go out, they would not be able to buy that. And, I went today to the garden centre, I bought compost, I bought that. And I thought, oh my goodness, that is such a luxury that I can buy compost to put some plants in, to grow some more food for me, just salad stuff, etc. I can do that. But other people cannot do that. It's like that would just be kind of no way. And
or not being able to get fresh food, that's hard. If you can't afford fresh food,
it's ridiculous. And
so most says, and education, if we're all educated about each other, we don't see such differences. And the world needs more Canada, Anna says, but she's biased. No, I totally agree. I get that there. At least half of our Supreme Court justices are owned by the Heritage Foundation. And you were absolutely correct, Eddie. There's so much dark money in politics, and they all need to be called out.
They do. And I mean, if so here I am. I'm in little old Scotland, right? So I'm grateful for my friend Mo, who is in a wonderful place in England, Glastonbury. But I consider myself to be a European. We are part of the European continent. And it's like, I need to be careful because I might say stuff that might not be acceptable to other people. But
I think you're in the right place.
The US want to be the leader of the free world. And I am looking at the US and I am saying, you are no leader, because, lead by example, not by the CR stamp, hashtag, whatever. No, not hashtag, whatever, CR, whatever, P, that your leaders are putting out at the moment, because that is just absolutely shocking. And I'm following all the channels on YouTube. And if it wasn't for YouTube, we wouldn't be seeing half of it. And
exactly. Because it's being filtered.
Shocking. And, I call out to BBC, ITV and other channels here in the UK, report the real stuff, not just the kind of bits and pieces. If it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't know half of what was going on in the US just now. And I'm appalled by what's going on. Absolutely.
And think of the stuff we're not seeing.
Sorry, Sharon. I know you wanted to kind of talk about.
No, that's okay. Think about the things we're not seeing on the news. Think about those things. How bad is it? The stuff that's being kept from us. And like I said at the beginning, Please be discerning when you watch your news.
Yeah.
Go out, watch YouTube. Look at YouTube. People are making videos right now.
Yeah.
You can believe those, except we have AI now. But we talked about that earlier. But I mean, if those stories are not aligning, like what they're saying on the news or what they're avoiding saying on the news, because they made them fire a reporter this last week. CBS had to fire a reporter because he had an opinion off and he wasn't even working. So he got a phone call from the administration, said fire him, and he was fired. And he was a favorite and had been working for them for a long time. So once they start controlling the news, we've crossed that red line, guys. We have crossed that red line now.
And Mo says she feels European too, and thank you, Mo. I mean, you'll know what goes on.
Can I feel European too?
In the UK, yeah. I mean, you know what, Mo knows what goes on within the UK. Scotland voted to be a part of Europe, and we are Europe, and it's not that I don't recognise that other people hold different opinions, but we are European, and yes, we are grateful for links with Canada. We want to be linked with the USA and others, but I think we need to just say, this is us, this is what we believe in, and join us in those thoughts. And for those in those thoughts in the USA that are similar, we stand with you.
Thank you. You've said so many.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. You have said all the right things. You've said so many. It's nice for us to have a view that is not from the US, because I'm always looking to see what the world is seeing. And I always watched BBC News anyway, because I was curious about what the world saw about what was happening in our own country before all of this happened. And now, when I saw the Canadian, I don't know who he was. I don't think he was a prime minister. I saw the new Canadian dude gave a speech yesterday and said all those things. And I was surprised that he was getting the real news, for one. But when he was saying that he announced that the American soldiers were turning on Americans, or they were combating Americans or something. It sounded like a civil war that he was seeing. That's the way he saw it. That's the way it was announced, And you're right. Almost all the major news outlets are owned by loyalists. And the thing is, there's not that many loyalists, but all of them are rich. So right now they're finding the election interference. Absolutely. They've done some investigating, and just from one county saw that so somebody else won, not him. So they're doing all these investigations. There's stuff going on. And I think that he will be delegitimized by September. I'm going to say September. I'd like to say sooner, but I think by the time that happens, they're going to have to physically remove him if he does not go out in a coffin, I'd say, because he's old and he's not healthy. I think that I'm really putting my ass on the line. I'm going to get so many nasty comments, but I guess they're comments if I do. But I think by, fall, we are going to see a change, and it's a matter of living until then, or not having a full out civil war until then.
But let's stay connected. Let's stay as one until then.
Yes, we're all people. We all bleed red. Yeah. We all, it doesn't matter the color of our skin. It doesn't matter the separation of our country or our religions or what we believe. We are all humans and we all want the same basic things. We all want our children to be fed. We all want to feel safe in our homes. We all want jobs, that we feel good about and that can get us by. And we do have art. That's why we're here. And I really wasn't going to talk about politics. I was going to make a short little statement. I was telling Kylie, but I had said, there's stuff going on that cannot be ignored right now and really needs, I can't pretend like I'm not like la la la, I've got my fingers in my ears and I'm just doing art over here. That doesn't really work right now. It would be nice, but it doesn't. I see people going about business as usual on TikTok, doing like, trying to sell something silly or whatever. And I'm thinking, right now, people don't have the money for that. Right now, people are thinking about other things. So stockpile your food, get ready, just for, an event that could happen. If they cut us off or our trade routes get cut off completely, which we're just about there. Like a truck between Canada and the US, if you're here, any of those goods that we get, we're not getting. Mexico, we're not getting. We're the pariahs right now. So just we need to be prepared. And you guys are so lucky to be in these other countries, but I don't think that you're far away from where we are, because those same deep pockets are reaching into the governments. So
you're not a pariah. You're not a pariah. There are certain people, a person in particular, that is a pariah. You're not a pariah. We are all there with you. Tomorrow, anybody watching this tonight, tomorrow, do this. Do this. Pick up on the prompts. Do something. Connect. Just be there. You don't
trust.
need to do any more than just be there. Trust the unforeseen threads. We're all connected by those unseen threads. We're not different. We're part.
We also need to have faith in the universe.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So if we give our 100%, we should, have faith that we are going to be provided for and we are going to be okay. We are united in art. You are so right about that, Mo. Thank you guys for letting us open up like this. And it's just such an important, this is a historical time, and there are two ways that this can end. So plan for the worst, hope for the best. And I know we've gone over by 12 minutes, but I think this was really important to get out. Ooh, I have goosebumps.
Follow the prompts and post whatever you do to Sharon's Sharon's group tomorrow. Just a little, whatever you do, post it to Sharon.
Yes. And if you're not in the chat thread, you can send me a message and I will get you in the chat thread. If you'd like to share, that would be amazing. So, or you can just, send me a picture. I'm on Facebook Messenger. I'm not on Facebook, just Messenger. So, yeah. And if you got anything out of this, I'd like to hear about it. If you got the meditation and you took that assignment and it gave you some peace, I think that would be amazing. So I'm going to post the photo right away. Because I keep forgetting. I'm going to post the photo of the Oracle card from the new deck right away for you guys. I'll just throw it up on the community page right now. Okay. Well, thank you, Kylie, for all your kind words and your kind thoughts, and
welcome.
Bringing up all of the things that you did. And we are united. And
we are one. We are one, people. We are one.
I appreciate each and every one of you in my life. And let me get back to the page at hand here that we did with the prompts. There it is. So thank you guys. And May you have a blessed week, and I will see you next Friday.